The back door is wide open, and the young woman calls out for her mother, worried about her disappearance. While leaving a voicemail, Hannah mentions that the wound on her arm caused by a strange bite is still throbbing. After ending the call, she hears a noise coming from outside. Through the window, Hannah sees someone running and rushes to lock the door before the person can get in. The creature screams while trying to break inside, but soon the noises stop. Hannah notices a silhouette moving along the side of the house and tries to call the police, but realizes the back entrance is still open and runs to shut it. As soon as the being appears at the glass, she is shocked by its appearance, and within seconds it forces its way inside. The story then cuts to amateur footage recorded by Randy while Zach rehearses the best way to introduce himself on camera. Randy steps into frame, and the two officially begin the documentary they are producing. Shortly after, we see them driving down a road while talking about what it's like to live in a small and boring town in Missouri. They point out that the place has always been quiet and peaceful. The scene shifts to Zach's improvised studio where he is killing time by playing on his computer. After the game, he explains that for the documentary, they plan to use small Bluetooth cameras to secretly film people. Next, they test the equipment while entering a liquor store. Inside, they spot Dylan, the captain of the football team, receiving special permission from the sheriff to buy alcohol. The following day, they walk through town and are approached by Pastor Greg, who invites them to participate in a local church production, but the boys say they will think about it. Later, they film in front of the town's cable company and comment that installing the service was the best thing that ever happened there, since it connected them to the outside world and allowed them to create their show. As they leave, they decide to record Mrs. Bissett, who is tending her garden. She calls them over to show a piece of fruit covered in tiny insects. The woman says the insects started appearing about a week ago and no one has been able to identify the species. It also becomes clear that the boys are not discreet at all with their cameras. Meanwhile, strange spores, invisible to the naked eye, spread through the air. Later, Zach and Randy attend the end of a lacrosse game. Kayla, one of the players, approaches them and notices she is being filmed. They explain the idea behind the project, and she suggests turning it into a reality show to get rich, but the conversation is interrupted by the arrival of her parents. Betty Shepard asks Zach what his plans are after high school. He replies that he intends to keep fixing computers. Kayla tells her parents about the show, and they soon say goodbye. As they walk away, Randy tells Zach he should ask Kayla out because the chemistry between them is obvious, but Zach resists since they have been classmates since childhood. Later, Zach video chats with Kayla as he helps her set up her internet. She shows him a poster saying she plans to study biodiversity in Peru. Zach feels discouraged but hides it. Joey, her younger brother, suddenly appears wearing a mask and scares him. At dusk, Mrs. Henderson prepares dinner while talking with the family. Mr. Henderson moves in his wheelchair to a drawer to get his medication, revealing he lost both legs. Later, Randy and Zach walk through a field discussing their future after graduation when they hear a woman scream and run to help. They arrive at Mrs. Bissett's house. Zach knocks on the door and, getting no answer, decides to go inside. Inside the house, they find blood on the floor. Randy tries to call the police, but the sheriff strangely hangs up.
They hear noises upstairs and follow the blood trail to a bedroom where they find Bissette hiding in a closet with a bite on her leg. Even shaken, she claims she was attacked. Something moves inside the wall and a rat-sized creature runs out. They chase it through the woods but cannot catch it. The creature runs toward a container near Pastor Greg, who stands motionless as if waiting. The man gets into a car with others and drives away with an empty stare.
At dawn, the friends go to the police station, but Dylan confronts them angrily over the video. Before things escalate, Josh Haywood steps in. Zach shows the monster footage, but Josh does not believe them since Bissette filed no report. With no support, they decide to confront the pastor at the church. Alien spores continue spreading in the air. When they arrive, they hear a terrifying roar coming from nearby houses. They enter the empty church and head downstairs. They hear voices behind a door, but everything goes silent when it slams shut. Zach tries calling the pastor, but no one answers. Before he turns the handle, Pastor Greg opens the door. They show him the video, but he denies everything and insults their families. The sheriff appears and asks if there is a problem. Sensing something is wrong, the boys quickly leave. Outside, they consider posting the video online, but realize they have no signal. They visit Mrs. Bissette again and ask why she did not go to the police. She behaves oddly and claims she was never bitten. When they see her leg healed, they are confused. They hear a noise from a bedroom. She invites them to relax with her, but they refuse and leave. Before going, they circle around the house and Zach sees someone tied to a bed. Bissette enters the room and Dylan appears at the window, forcing them to flee. Back at the barn, they show the footage to Zach's parents, who think it is a prank. Reviewing the video, they notice the tied man has the same tattoo as Dylan. They begin to suspect mass hysteria or something in the air affecting people. Kayla arrives. She explains her father has been acting strangely. They tell her everything. Worried about her missing mother, Kayla considers going to the police, but they say it was useless. The three head to her house. On the way, they see residents burning items outside and an electrician staring blankly at them. Inside, they find Larry oddly playing with dolls. Zach goes upstairs looking for Beth. In the attic, he finds a giant cocoon. He discovers Beth's body hidden in a laundry basket. He rushes his friends outside and shows Kayla the footage. At dawn, Josh investigates but finds no body. Beth appears alive with Joey. Kayla senses something is wrong. Pastor Greg arrives and dismisses the teen's claims. Josh leaves unconvinced. Kayla wants to save her brother. Zach decides to check on his parents first. At Zach's house, they find his father standing with restored legs. Clones appear with containers. The boys are trapped in the barn. Randy is bitten by a creature. Zach watches a clone of his mother emerge from a cocoon. The clone absorbs the real Mrs. Henderson's memories, killing her in the process. Zach attacks the double with a shovel. Kayla arrives and helps them escape. They go to Josh's trailer. He reveals he killed his own clone. They plan to take evidence to the FBI. The trailer is surrounded by clones. Josh is dragged outside. Randy sacrifices himself to distract them. Kayla and Zach head to their family's store to get the van. Clones burn bodies in the street. Kayla tries to save Joey, but is captured and bitten. Zach rescues her and they flee. They realize Kayla has been bitten. A creature bites Zach as well. They escape into the woods when the sheriff arrives. They decide to reach the cable company to upload the video. They encounter Randy's clone near a lake and drown it. At the cable company, they face their own doubles. They manage to upload the footage. They release carbon monoxide to distract the clones and escape. Back in the forest, they reach the cabin where Joey is hiding. The siblings embrace. Zach sees on television that other parts of the world have also been overtaken. They realize it is not an isolated event, but a global invasion. In the final scene, the uploaded YouTube video displays comments from survivors around the world.